A man tied a nylon rope to a car tire and tied it tightly with all his strength. Then he just met two girls and sat in a hot air balloon. But as the balloon kept moving away from the ground, a girl felt something strange. When she raised the question, her friends were also shocked. Her friend looked at the man in amazement because he had not tied the other end of the rope to the balloon basket. The balloon started going up, and there was a fight between the two. The fight started. Then the girl saw a scary sight. The balloon was slowly moving towards a fast, flowing wind turbine. Everyone understood that if they did not do anything, then this meat grinder would crush them. A little conscious, Apocalyptic immediately opened the gas valve and tied the seat belt. Now all four could only pray that the balloon would rise up by increasing the gas and they would be saved. But time passed and nothing like that happened. As soon as he took a deep breath, a blade of a fan came tearing a corner of the basket. The man got caught in its grip and hanged out of the basket uncontrollably. Now the balloon was dangling like a pile of garbage in the air. But luck was on his side. The basket slowly settled down and all three were saved. But a piece of wood got stuck in the gap of the pole. Seeing the blood flowing, Manjani Nabai got scared. She got an idea. She tore her shirt and tied it on the wound. After the blood stopped, Paulin came to his senses and told Jenny to turn off the gas. If we go any further up, then either we will freeze or the oxygen shortage will drive us crazy. Then Jenny heard a familiar voice from behind. When she turned around, she saw the man hanging from a safety rope. In a hurry to save him, Jenny stepped on the edge of the basket and tried to catch him, but the distance was too far. The man jolted loudly, but suddenly a scream was heard. The next moment, the man was missing. Only an empty rope was moving. Jenny understood what this meant. She could not even think. How could a fun-filled adventure trip be so scary? Time passed, and the balloon began to come down slowly. But unfortunately, it attacked again. They were on the ocean. Even if they jumped now, they would die because they could not swim. Then Jenny saw a cruise ship far away. She waved her hand loudly. The people on the ship also saw, but they thought it was just a normal adventure. They also waved their hands. The man sitting in the balloon, Paulin, tried to stand up in excitement, but he fell into the sea in a jolt. Jenny threw the rope, but the distance was too far. Now Jennybin tried to tie the safety rope to another girl so that he could save her. But the girl, who did not know how to swim, got scared. Jenny herself decided to tie the rope. But when she reached near the water, Arrow grabbed her. She kept watching that the man was slowly drowning in the water. Now the fight for survival began. The cruise ship was going away. Then Jenny saw a banner hanging on the balloon. She grabbed her partner's leg and hung it upside down and pulled the banner down. Then she cut her palm and wrote S.O.S. with blood. But the people on the ship, drowning in excitement, did not pay attention. Now the balloon was coming down again. Death was near. She needed a fireman to lift the balloon up again. But the lighter was in the man's pocket, who was drowning. Then Jenny saw a bottle of champagne. She caught him in the sunlight. Will she be able to make him fire? After many attempts, that method is unsuccessful. Then suddenly she sees a condom on him. The girl quickly tears his wrapper and puts it on the mouth of the bottle of alcohol. Gradually, when the vodka is poured into it, it turns into a balloon of dry condom-like water. The girl focuses the light of the sun and makes a sparkling dot on her friend's hand. Then, suddenly, listening to her friend scream, her heart beats. Her idea had worked. At Jenny's instruction, the friend takes out an I know tuber from her wallet and puts it behind the balloon of water. In a few seconds, the smoke starts coming out of the note. Jenny is happy. She takes this priceless sound of fire to the gas valve and lights the extinguished fire again. The hot air balloon slowly starts rising up. Both of them feel a little relieved. But this was just another small hope to stay alive. The danger was not over yet. To save their lives, they had to pay more attention. Both of them found burning clothes, tied them tightly, and trapped wood in a hole and brought it to the top fire. As soon as the clothes burned, a thick black smoke began to rise above the balloon. This sight was seen by the tourists on the ground. But there was little time. There was only 30 minutes of fuel left in the balloon. As soon as it was over, they fell into the sea. Jenny understood. If nothing is done, death is inevitable. She takes out her biphone bus in search of a signal. But there is no use. Then her friend gets an idea. She snatches Jenny's phone. She breaks the back cover of the phone, and pointing at a small hole, she says this is the antenna port that increases the signal. She takes out a Martian star from the cable and puts it in the hole of the phone. And yes, the signal came. But now there is only 2 seconds of happiness. The phone turns off when the battery runs out. Now Jenny's face had lost hope. The balloon began to flow with the wind. In a little while the fuel ran out. No matter how hard they try, it was impossible to fall into the sea. To save themselves, they climb on top of the basket so that the water has less effect. And then that terrible moment came. The hot air balloon had fallen into the sea. Both of them were helplessly standing on the basket and watching the water rising below. Just for fun, the decision to climb on this balloon had brought them to the face of death. 5 minutes later, the entire balloon had sunk into the sea. Jenny and her friend were floating in the water without any support. Now their death was close to Matacana and Nandan. Then, a sparkling hope, empty gas cylinders were seen floating on the water. Jenny, pulling her awkward friend, moves towards her. But this was also not a permanent solution. The cold water turned the girl's face white. But Jenny's face was suddenly happy. Far away, a huge ship was seen. But a new problem. The ship was moving straight towards them. If they do not move, the balloon will be crushed in a minute. Both struggling to save their lives, both of them, struggling, float to one side. The ship moves out of the way, but now they cannot even scream for help. Depression, despair, defeat. Now they stopped struggling, just started waiting for death with peace of mind. Then a voice comes from afar. Their small smoke had worked. The rescue team had arrived. Jenny and her friend start crying. After this terrible experience, maybe they will never get on a hot air balloon again.